Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to AQ by IT Solutions. This is Ali Raza, and today I am going to tell you about how can we set up our project for PWA applications or progressive web apps. Okay, so in the previous lecture I have demonstrated you what are PWA applications or what are PWAs and why these applications are necessary. And let's have a look what we have today by creating a simple project and the directory structure of our project. Let's go. Alright guys, so first of all let me introduce you the editor that I'm going to use, that is Visual Studio Code. So if you don't have your Visual Studio Code in your PCs, so just go to this URL and download for your desired operating system. If you have Windows operating system, then click on this button so that the stable build of this Visual Studio Code will be downloaded in your PC. And if you have other platforms like Linux or the Mac operating system, then you can use the other platforms version of this software as well. So I have Windows, so I'm going to download this, and I have already downloaded the software and I have installed this. So this is the Visual Studio Code interface, and we are going to use this as our IDE. One more thing that I'm going to introduce is the Materialised CSS. Okay, so what is Materialized CSS? Basically it's a CSS framework provided by Google, and it has a lot of awesome fonts and the appealing styles and the colors and the UI for creating a web application, just like Bootstrap. Okay, so it is a good practice that you already know Bootstrap, or I'm expecting from you guys that you have a little bit idea about Bootstrap. So similarly Bootstrap, the way we do work in Bootstrap, similarly we have classes available inside Materialized CSS provided by Google, and we can use those classes in order to create our web applications beautiful. Okay, so let's head towards Visual Studio Code and let's create the directory structure first. So right click and create a new folder with the name PWA, let's say, and come inside this folder and create some other folders. The first folder that I'm going to create is images. Then the next folder that I'm going to create will be styles. If I have any CSS or Bootstrap, anything related to that, I will store them inside this folder. And then let's create another folder with the name scripts. So these are the three folders that are basically required for the simple basic directory structure inside our application. Now after creating the folders, let's open the folder inside the Visual Studio Code, go to the desktop and select your PWA folder and select. So what will happen, you see your folder and all the things that you have inside that folder directly coming here. Okay, now the next thing is let's create a simple page for our project. That's a new file, and I'm going to save this file with the name home.html. A simple HTML page I'm going to create. The benefit of Visual Studio Code is that you write very less code and you will get dramatic results. Let me show you one of the things that it can do. So if I write here doc tab, something like this, doc tab, see what will happen. Automatically all the HTML along with its desired tabs are there. So we don't need to worry about what tags I have to write and what not I have to write. Okay, that's the first thing, and that's the benefit of this. One more thing, after creating this page and after creating the simple basic HTML structure, now let's go to the plugins that it uses. Visual Studio Code supports several languages and also several plugins. So one plugin that I'm going to use for this PWA application is the live server. So of course we need to access our pages with the help of a server, just like we use XAMPP or WAMP in PHP. So we need a server, that is Apache server. Okay, so Visual Studio Code comes with a live server, you can see plugin, and you can install this plugin, and with the help of this we don't need any XAMPP or WAMP, and we can directly use our pages via server. We can directly access our pages via server. Okay, so you can see it is installing, and once it gets installed we can then access this page directly with the help of a server rather than access the page directly from the hard drive. I hope it is clear. Alright, so my live server has been successfully installed. You can see now this is the icon, and this is the proof that we have our live server installed. Now what we have to do, we have to simply right click on our page and then simply click here, and the shortcut is this Alt L, open with live server. Okay, so just click on this and you see what will happen. With the help of the localhost that we utilize in XAMPP or WAMP, our page has been executed. or displayed with the help of a local server, not from the hard drive. I hope it is clear to everyone. We are not accessing our page from the hard drive, we are accessing our page from the local server. One of the benefit of the Visual Code is this, and the live server is this: whatever you write here automatically gets updated. We don't have to go and refresh the page again and again. Let me tell you that. And one more feature of this Visual Studio Code is that when you write here H1 tab, you see automatically the tab opened and closed. So we don't need to write angular brackets open and close again and again. So that's how we can do speedy work inside Visual Studio Code. I hope it is clear up till now. So let's create welcome to my website, or PWA, or let's write here welcome to PWA application, and just save it. Now I'm not going to refresh my page, but you see automatically the page has been reloaded with the help of this live server. Okay, now the next step is to apply the Materialized CSS. For that purpose, let's go to the Materialize and click on the Getting Started button. Here, after clicking on the Getting Started button, you see a lot of things. What I wanted to do, I wanted to copy the links for this Materialized CSS. If you wanted to download your Materialized CSS, you can download it and put it inside the folders that you have created for stylings and for scripting jQueries. But there is a CDN also, Content Delivery Network. That means we can access these things directly online. We can simply, this is very similar to Bootstrap. If you wanted to apply Bootstrap online, we can use the CDN of the Bootstrap. If you wanted to apply AngularJS, if you wanted to apply jQuery, then those things can also be accessible directly online with the help of such links. Okay, so these type of links are known as CDN, Content Delivery Network. So let's copy these links. So I'm not going to download these things, and I'm pasting these links here. Simple. Remove this comment and remove these extra lines. So you can see now a simple link has been created. Let's close this out. Okay, let's close this. Okay, so now you see this is the link for my Materialized CSS, and this is the link for the jQuery that it will use. I hope it is clear. So you can download it by yourself if you wish to download, but if you wanted to use online, you can use this directly. That's a simple thing. Now the next step is to get the fonts. By default, you see in this document the font is Times New Roman, but I wanted to use the fonts of the Materialized CSS. For that purpose, what I can do, I can simply go down and select the link for the fonts as well. So this is the link that will be utilized for getting the fonts from Google. So let's go back to Visual Studio Code and paste the same after this. So that's also a link for the fonts. Now when I have just added this, and let's go to the document, and you see the change. It automatically gets the fonts. I hope it is clear up till now. Alright, now let's create a nav bar in our application. For that purpose, what I can do, I can simply write here nav and tab, and inside this nav I'll use a class that belongs to the Materialized CSS, and here I'll write nav bar dash wrapper. It's a very beautiful class, and you'll see what will happen with the help of this. After creating this nav, let's come inside and create a UL tag for that represents unordered list, and then the li tag. I'm creating a menu basically for my application. Okay, so inside this li, let's create an a tag and come inside this a tag and give here home and specify hash that it will go nowhere. Now another shortcut that this Visual Code uses, that is Alt Shift down, Alt Shift down, Alt Shift down. So automatically what you need is copied and pasted. So you don't need to have copied and paste, copy and paste. But if you wish to, you can. That's the shortcut I am just introducing to you guys. So after home, let's click right here about, and then we have to write here contact, let's say, and then we have to write here services. So that's it. So now you see, if you know HTML CSS already, when we create a UL or unordered list, it shows me a list that are bulleted. Okay, but I have used this class navbar dash wrapper. Let's see what will be the output. So guys, you can see automatically it creates a menu for me with a simple stuff. No need to worry about the customized CSS that you wanted to apply. It do everything for you by default. Now if I want to change the color also, so I can change the color as well. So let me do that. if I wanted to make it indigo, let's say, and save it and check it out, you see, okay. Now if you wanted to make it lighter, then you simply write here lighten. The Materialized CSS has 4 levels, so lighten 1, lighten 2, lighten 3, lighten 4. So let's add lighten 4, and now let's go back and see, okay. Come here, so this is what you can play with and change the colors. Let's write here orange and save and come back and you see. I hope it is clear. Okay, now the next thing is what we wanted to do. We wanted to make this menu a little bit prettier, and we have to apply some logo at the startup. So for that purpose, come here and inside your nav, let's write here a and hash nowhere, and the class that I'm going to use is navbar dash trigger. That's a class that also belongs to the Materialized CSS. Okay, but before using this class, let us add another class because I wanted to show the brand name, na? So brand dash logo. This is also a class that belongs to the Materialized CSS. Now I wanted to display the text inside this, so let's write here A3. That's the AQ by Solutions. Okay, so let's check it out. What's the result? You can see A3 is there, but it is overlapping. Okay, I wanted to put it in a good manner. So what I can do, I can simply come inside my nav and let's add a div dot container. So that's another shortcut for creating class. You can see you don't need to write class equals to and all that. So div dot container gives me class equals to container. Okay, so that's another shortcut. So let's come inside this division and paste this whole code inside this container, because we know that in Bootstrap also our screen splits into 12 columns. So similarly in Materialized CSS our screen will split into 12 columns. So let's save that out, save it and come here, and you can see now the things are arranged. Okay, but still I want my menu on the right hand side. So let's go back and simply write here inside my you can say UL here class equals to RIGST, right, that's it, and save and come here and you can see now the difference. Okay, and the next thing that we wanted to do is let's right click and click inspect. Now I will reduce the size of my screen, so you see what is happening. The things are again overlapping with each other. Okay, so I wanted to reduce this. I wanted to make it mobile friendly also. So because we are creating a PWA application that should install on mobile, so it should be compatible with mobiles as well. So how can I do that? Let me show you that. So in order to make this compatible, let's change a little bit again. The first thing that we have to do is we have to create a mobile menu. So for that purpose, let's come here and a tab and come here and give a class that is navbar dash trigger. Okay, that's a class. And one more thing that I have to do here is I have to add a button inside this. So for that purpose I am using an I tag, because in Materialized CSS we use I tag to display icons. Okay, and now how can we display icons? Let me show you that. Simply class equals to material dash icons, and now give the name of the icon, that is menu in this case, because I wanted a mobile menu, the 3 bars. Okay, so whatever the name of the icon that you wish to apply, you can utilize that. So let's check what's the output of this. So you see what happened, 3 bars. Okay, so when I click here something should happen. Let me close this out. Now you see, but the menu has disappeared. For that purpose I have to do stuff also. Let's come back and specify this URL, just copy it out and come after the nav and paste it and remove this right and just provide the class that is side nav. That's also a class that belongs to the Materialized CSS. So when somebody tries to click those 3 buttons, this side nav should come from the left hand side or from the right hand side. Okay, so side nav, and let me give here an ID. So ID equals to, let's say, menu, and save. Why I have given ID? So when I click on this href or anchor tag, the control should go to this menu. For that purpose, I am using here data target. It's a property of a tag, and then specify your menu. So what will happen when somebody tries to click on this link, he will be redirected or she will be redirected to this menu. I hope it is clear. Now what will happen, by default this menu, that the side menu, should be hidden. For that purpose, what I can do, I can simply come inside and write here hide on med and large, or you can write here med and up. So simply this menu should hide. But one more thing we can do first. Let me come here inside my navigation, that is this one. Okay, so this menu should display on large screens only, but not on small screens. So what I will do, I will write here first this, that hide on medium size screens and up. Okay, medium and down or medium and up. Okay, so let's save this and check what's the output. So you see right now this is not disabled, so I have to remove this also. This icon should display only on small screens or small size devices. So let's come and write here inside this hide on med and down, sorry, med and up. So when the screen becomes medium and up, this icon will disappear. Let us check whether it is working or not. You can see the icon is not there. Okay, now we have to reverse the thing, hide on medium and down. That's the original menu that we have created, hide on medium screen and down. Okay, let's check it out. So now on large screens this menu is displaying. Let's inspect and reduce the size. You can see when the screen size gets larger, okay, you see what will happen, the menu displayed. And then when I reduce the screen size to the size of the mobile device, the system is getting a little bit slower because of the recording. You can see automatically the icon appears. Now when I should click here, the side bar or the side menu should display in the mobile device. So let's come and specify jQuery for that, because all we need to address all these things with the help of jQuery. So let's download jQuery and click on the download jQuery and get the version. You can download also, you can use the CDN for the jQuery and you can use the link. So let's click on the, okay, so you can copy this and come inside Visual Code and simply write here script and src equals to paste. So I have copied and pasted jQuery, but keep in mind guys, jQuery is the parent. So let's put it up at the top before using any other jQuery. So it should be placed here. Now you have applied jQuery. Now let's open the script tag in order to target that side menu. So script, then for jQuery we have to write here $document dot ready and it is a function, semicolon, then specify the function name without any name, function, and then come inside. So here I wanted to write what, dollar and specify here the name of the class, that is .side nav. Okay, this is the class guys that I'm going to display. This UL is hidden by default because of this side nav. So when this side nav gets targeted, what should display? Side nav, that's the function inside the materialized JavaScript jQuery. So let me show you again, let me tell you again. So when somebody tries to click on the 3 lines, it will be targeted to this menu, and this menu has this class, and when this class gets tackled by the jQuery, the side nav should display. That's what I have done up till now. Okay, before proceeding further, I have to change this. That's not nav bar dash trigger, that's sidebar dash trigger. Okay, that's sidebar, and then save. Okay, I think that is again a mistake. Let's change it to side nav. That's fine because we have side nav here. So side nav dash trigger is perfect. Now let's check. Alright guys, so let us check whether it is working or not. So you see the side nav is there when we are in the mobile size screens, and when I increase the size of the screen on large screens, you can see automatically that 3 lines disappeared and we got our menu directly here. So this is the initial layout that I have created for the application that we are going to create, that is the PWA. I hope you can you have understood this, and if you do not understand anything, please do write me. Till then, thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.